No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the BYU Cougars, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Sooners will kick it away to start. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking downfield, it's Hendricks. James it complete to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? The first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one. You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They're going to ride this running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. To the air, it's Hendricks. Looking to the big tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
Halted in and looking upfield. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Looking to fire. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but will be a little short of the first down. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there. As we get closer to the playoff, it becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. Coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
And the Sooners will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Cougars really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Send the tight end in motion. They go to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. He's going to fire deep. It's a big stride inside the 10. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
All right, defense, I don't know what you're drawing up, but that wasn't it, okay? Wide open wide receivers, miscommunication, whatever it was, got to get that fixed.
After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll send the back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Hendricks. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. From the gun, wants to pass. And he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Arkansas is currently ahead in this one, but boy, there have to be some nervous moments for the folks in Fayetteville. They have not been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over Nebraska. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Part of the backfield, it's Dalton. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
The Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. That costly penalty will give this offense a new set of downs. So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Dalton. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and he's shuffling and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Dropping back, it's Hendricks. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. The running back has it. Runs through the tackle. He'll be forced out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Quinns. Turning it on! They make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and you add the answer to the test right there.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. On the direct snap, it's Thomas. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Back to throw, it's Hendricks. Fires to the middle. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. To say this is a slow start would be an understatement. They haven't even made the chain gang move yet. Quickly to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Wide receiver going in motion. Give to the running back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. The throw to the outside is complete. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. And this passing game has them calling Boomer and answering Sooner again.
And they're starting to get this crowd jacked up and this crowd riled up. And listen, they love their team. And, dude, think about all the success Oklahoma has had over the years. Different casts of characters. But one thing they always have, offensive success.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Stewart. All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
The Sooners will have it 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
Really nice run. This guy brings balance to this offense. It's not all high-flying aerial passing attack, too. You go back to Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray, Samaje Perine. They've always had guys in these spread-up tempo offenses that have been able to give them balance and force the defense to stay honest. That's exactly what this guy brings the Sooner offense.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. And the Sooners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air on 2nd down. He's got it on the move. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense, 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. And he runs it impossible. Touchdown Sooners. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. Wyoming is ahead in this one, but there's still time on the clock. And unless Josh Allen puts on that Pokes uniform again, this could stay tight. They're up by 7 over UNLV. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, fellas, and we'll circle back if anything big happens.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Back to pass, it's Hendricks. Rushes on him. Picked off. What a play to set him up. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. A strike downfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Looking for room, it's Thomas. Shows him the stiff arm. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for this offense. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. They're just making things harder now. It's 1st and 20. He's got it on the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw, it's Hendricks. Under fire. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. Looking for more room. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Oklahoma. How about this defense taking one back to the house? Effective offense has led the way, but a most effective defensive play there.
No doubt. Quick separation now. This game's starting to get out of hand. Defense making plays like this. Offense continuing to score points. Hey, defense wins championships and apparently scores points.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Handoff from the gun. At the 35, he's open. Oh, a lot of space. At the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, BYU!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Makes the catch. It's Dalton. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
The Sooners with the 1st and 10. The give on the option. Oh, he's got some space.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Sooners can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Right on the money. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. The Sooners are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll take it himself. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one in there at the 35. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Gives it on the option. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The offense burns his 3rd and final timeout of the half. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. And this one is anything but routine, a 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. BYU will try to boot it deep to start the 2nd half. Chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. come the Sooners, ready to go on offense. Going to the run to start this second half. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. On the option. Now the toss. And that ball is live in the backfield. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Complete to the left. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
To the ground with the back. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. Holding on the defense is just a gift to the offense with the automatic 1st down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. from the gun, running back on the move. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Caught behind the line. It's Stewart. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice job by the defense there. They knew coming into this one, this running back was dangerous catching the football, so really good job getting him down on the ground, now setting up 4th and goal.
And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Looking to throw, it's Hendricks. Get it out on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He uncorks one deep. Touchdown, Cougars. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Hey, when everything else is covered, sometimes you just got to look to the big fella. I mean, it might not be the right matchup, but I got the size, I can throw it to him, and he rewards you with the score.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Arkansas is currently up big right now. So much so, feels like we can hear Pig Suey inside our studio. They're up by 36 over Nebraska. That's where things stand right now. And, of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. Hit as he throws.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They're dealing with a second and long.
221 wing, 221 wing.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Briggs. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 41 and a fresh set of downs.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Snagged out of the air. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time. And you saw all of it on that in route.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Quarterback keeps it. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And how about the QB? We haven't seen it all game long, man. Nice job coming up big in a big moment in the 4th quarter. He says, nobody there, takes off, does it with his feet, and gets the first down.
The Sooners are on the move. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. They're working that left side. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
The Sooners are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short.
Here we go, here we go.
Making side adjustments here. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. He fires to the left side. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for him.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Back to throw, it's Hendricks. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll leave it with him. Breaks into the open. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Just not willing to take the hit. He delivers it and gets to the 27.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
The Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Power football with the run. To the 15. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, BYU. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. They pick up a 5.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. It didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, way to stay ahead of the chains.
And the Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The offense changing the play. The play action fake. Going for the big play. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're scaring at 3rd.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. You got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete. it.